everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to another episode of our KSP Adventures. I'm just in the science area at the moment. Just wanted to show you that we have now purchased all the bigger things, tier 5 stuff here. Done all of that, so, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, tier 5 stuff. We've bought everything here now, so we're looking at moving on towards some sort of more out-of-the-way type of stuff to get us further out into the space, although we have got some stuff in there that we could use for our space stations and such. Any hoot, that's good. Let's go and see Jean. Jean, hello Jean. What have you got for us? Science data from space around the moon. How much is that worth? I think we'll take that, because we are going to go back to the moon at some point. Test Rocket Mac's mainsail liquid engine in flight over Kerbal. Has to be between 247 and 283. You might better do that one. That's a load of money, though. Damn. Okay, well, when do we have to do that by? Duration? I've got loads of times. Okay, we'll take that. Test Rocket Mac's Poodle engine whilst landed at Kerbal. So we've got some of these we could do landing ones. Test Mark 25 parachute in flight. We're not going to do that. Okay. I think we're going to take these ones as well. Don't do that. Yep. And yep. 2 missions today. We're not going to go quite straight out to the moon. We do need to build another manned mission though. Let's have a look at our contracts. We're going to do a nice quick and simple stuff to start with. We need to test the Rocket Mac's Poodle liquid engine. Well, I know which one that is. That's this one over here. Oops. Is this one here? No. This one? No. There it is. Yes. So we have to test this one landed. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to create... if we do this, and we do that... Test liquid Mac's rocket... Oh, I haven't put a pod on it. I suppose I need a pod on it, aren't I? It won't fire. Hold on. What's that one? That's 450. Let's do a simple one like that. That's fine. Cheap and chips. Cheap as chips. One of those. Oops. One of those. Excellent. We need the engine, the poodly engine, the poodly woodly. There it is. And what's the other one I need to test on the ground? Radial. Is this one? Rocket Mark 55. Mark 55 radial mount. Yep. Okay. 4. Oh, snap point on that. Boom. So we've got a little bit of fuel, we've got to do a lot, right? And then actually we're not even going to take off. You're going to love this. This is the easiest way to make money. We're going to put that on like that. Dum 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 dum. Like so. So we've got all those clamps in place, yeah? Nothing's going to take off. We're going to call this... Oh, this is so simple. Easy way to make cash. SB Cash Money Maker. Oh, yeah. That's what we're calling this one. Definitely. Save. Launch. Now you watch this. Make a load of money really quickly. And then after this we must begin and looking at our manned mission to the moon. So you watch this. It's all on the ground. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to turn that right down. Don't even need to put that on very full. Like that, for example. Contracts 3. Let's have a look. We're at Kerbal. Yep. And yep. So just these 2, so we should see 2 go up here. And cut off. So, there we go. So easy. Didn't really cost us any money at all. And we managed to do those 2 really trivial contracts. Look at the money! Ka-ching! And we got some data because of our scheme that we did. But look at this. So much money. Brilliant. And let's just clear these off. Discard. And discard. That leaves us with transmitting scientific data and testing the mainsail engine in flight of the moon. Okay. Well, let's go and have a look at this mainsail engine. Let's go and have a look at see what we could build. Because we sort of now have to have a new one. Now, we've got these parts now. We've got some bigger parts now, yeah? Okay. So we have got a command pod. So this now holds 3 Kerbals, I believe, which is all very good, very good. Now, if this is going to be the return vehicle, so this isn't the one, may or may not. Now, if we were going to do this Apollo style, this would be the return vehicle. It wouldn't be the vehicle which landed. If we were going to do it Apollo style, we might have another like little lander can up here with legs and stuff. And we might still do that actually. Let's have a little look at how we can do this. The first thing we need is, oh, not that. The first thing we need is a big old couple on the bottom here, really. Is that the biggest we are? This thing's a bit chunky. A bit chunky. Which is good, which is good. And I would like to be able to attach things at the top, because I think we are going to have to do... Whoops. Like that. Okay, okay. So that means we've got something to attach to at the top now when we do want to do all of this. We want... Well, we could have a land can. I wonder what we could take with us. I wonder whether we could fit on, although this is massive. But this is the science thing. This is the thing that allows you to process samples. But I think you have to have... Do you have 3 Kerbals in that? 2. So you need 2 in there, 1 on the ground. 3 in here, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3. Very good. So, maybe we could. Perhaps we could put on, like... one of those. I mean, this is going to be a heck of a module, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a whopper, because if I have that on there, right, if I have that on there, I still need a little bit. I mean, not going to need a great deal, but something like that, and possibly something like that. Okay, so that becomes our sort of utility module that's sort of up in the old up around in orbit around the moon while the lander goes down. A little bit like the Apollo mission, similar in scale and size. I've got the engine, got the fuel. Do I want any power on this? Let's have a look. Well, utility wise, we don't have the big power units yet. These are 400, these are 380. That's 2 per 3, 2 per 3, 2 per 3. 1 per 6, there we go. I'm going to put on 2 of these. There and there. That will give us power. I'd quite like to put on 2 of these as well. Top and bottom. Okay. That gives us a little bit of power. We don't have an SAS unit on this, and I think I want to. Because I got a feeling this is going to be, again, this is a bit of a big old beast. It's a big old beast. So let's put on... Let's put on SAS control. This is the large one? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to move these down onto here rather than being on that. And we're going to do the same with this. Excellent. So they're now on the actual SAS module as opposed to on the Sepratron thingy, or the whatever it's called. Yeah, thing there. What's it called? Decoupler. That's the word. Now, so this is the thing that's going to be going around space. Okay, which I get, that's fine. We need to build on this, really. How do we do this? How do we do this? I wonder if we used a lander can. I think we have to use a lander can, don't we? Let's get our utility. I wonder if we can start this already docked. Yeah. I'm going to want to put petrol on the bottom here. How big is this? It's not the biggest one, is it? What's the one that I want to use for this? That's a bit big. That's a bit big. Because there's a like that, but I don't know if there's going to be enough fuel. In fact, I'm pretty sure that probably isn't going to be enough fuel. I don't want to run out of fuel as I'm crashing down, because we'll kill him. So, what have we got? Something bigger, but not. We don't want, like, that would be huge. Massive! Although, is it really? Yeah, it is a little bit. Is it massive? Yeah, it is a little bit. It's a little bit on the huge side. But what we could have, by using that, is I can use these sort of little fiddly engines. Just the 4. Like that. And then I've still got plenty of room to be able to put in the old I need a ladder to be able to get down, actually, and I've just realised I've put me engines right over the top of my ladder. Let's put them like that. See, again, I'm not happy with that though. I don't like the size of it. It just looks massive. My worry is whether or not, because I mean we've got like these huge leg things which we can put on, or we've got the little medium type ones for the first landing. I don't want to use these ones because these are the probe legs and they'll just collapse. They'll just collapse. I wonder whether that ain't a bit big. Let's go back to fuel and have a look here. What's that size? Is that the same size as the other one we just used? Because it looks smaller. Well, that's identical, but why did that look smaller? That's weird. Okay, come off. This fuel tank contains how much? 90 to 110. So this contains double the other one. Okay, if I was to put on there, we need a ladder that comes off. Oops, just the one. Like that. How does that go? Extend ladder. Whoa! That goes all the way down to the floor, doesn't it? That's a bit much. What about you? How big are you? You're better. I like you. Okay, retract. Thank you. We need some legs on this still. Still need some legs. 4 of them. Apparently I can't have them there. I wonder whether these legs are a bit big. Let's get the smaller ones. Let's get these ones. These look better. Tuck that right in like so. And then if we extend these, they go down to there. And if we extend our ladder, should he be able to jump from well, he'd be out on the moon, he'd be able to grab that and climb up, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? Because the other ladder came down to here somewhere. That was ridiculous. I think you should be able to get on there. Track ladder. Close legs. He's going to want some power in there, isn't he? Can I put a little... That's a thin one. We don't really want to put a thin battery on there. I'd rather put something a bit more substantial. But let's get our engines on first. Because he's got to get down and he's got to get up again. Because if he gets stuck, we'll have to go launch a rescue mission to bring him up again. That's going to be about... I don't know. I want it to probably go level with that bottom rung part. Okay. And this is going to need... What's this going to need? We've got engines. We do still want power. Science! Good gracious. Got to put some science on it. What's the point? Be no point going if you're going to do that. Let's put a thermometer here. And I learned from my other mistake. I won't be covering those up with anything. Goo. Goo, goo, goo. Now I could put goo either side, couldn't I? If I did 2, I'd make it too heavy. Not 4. 2. Something like that. Gives us 2. Are we going to be top heavy? Probably. We're going to need a light that's going to be able to look out and illuminate all of the... I wonder if we can get 2 of these. Can we get 2 of these? I can, but they're going to be opposite sides. Hold on. Let's do 1 to start with. And we're going to... a bit like that. So it sort of illuminates out over that window. And I'm going to do the same... Actually, I probably could have done it over this window the same, couldn't I? But I may want this one to point slightly in a different direction. Because it's right over that door, if not. Yeah, slightly higher. But it is out over there. We're going to be bringing the science back, I think. Aren't we? Maybe? Let's just put on a Communitron anyway. Because you never know. Might have to have some connection with the old... Now, we haven't got any jets on this. I don't have any RCS, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to need any. Might do. Hold on, let's go and have a look here. So, if I was to take these... Can I put them there? Do they fit? Well, they sort of do. At least at the bottom. If I take them and then put them up the top here, I wonder whether they'll be off on the wrong centre. Do you know what I mean? And they'll still be able to push up and down. But I think they're all supposed to be on the same line, otherwise it all goes horribly wrong. Maybe. If I did that, they may still work. But they'll be the bottom part will be hidden, but they'll still work, I think. So there's that utility, science, parachutes. Didn't put any parachutes on the module. That would have been really embarrassing. Do I need 4? I don't think I need 4, do I? 3 will do, I would have thought. Slightly over the windows. And the door, which is not a great place to put it then, so we'll move that. Move that round to there. Or... there. 1, 2, and then the other one's in the middle, I suppose? Yes. That's good, that's good. So they're going to come down, that's easy peasy. Will this be enough fuel to get this back from... It should be enough fuel to get, so if we have a direct return, which basically means I'm not going to do an orbit into Kerbal, I'm literally going to come crashing through its atmosphere from the moon. This is going to be really, actually, yeah, I am going to need this RCS, and I need to put some tanks on it then, because we're going to be trying to dock with this once we come up again. So we are going to need to put in a little bit of RCS fuel. There's a little one. There's a little one, I could put it on top. No. Where's the side tanks? 4. I don't know how heavy that's going to be, but it should be enough. Would it be able to stand up on those legs, I wonder? Yeah, we'll have to see. It's got its lights. It's got 2 bits of science. It doesn't need a pressure meter. I've covered up the flag, but never mind. That'll be a nice light pointing out. Well, will that be able to land? Have I missed anything? Anything glaringly obvious? We've got control on it, because this will be able to control itself quite easily. It hasn't got any power. That would be a problem. That would be a problem. I wonder... I could just put on underneath here, like that. I think that would be enough. And then... like that. Yeah, well, it's connected. So it might have some power in there now. It might have some power in there now. Okay. Question marks are still getting me about this engine and this tank of fuel here. So we're going to change that, because I've now talked myself out of it. And I'm going to put that on instead. I'm going to put that on instead. And I suppose I probably am going to want some RCS on this big old beast here as well, because, as I say, we have got to dock. We have got to dock with the little one when they come up from the planet. So I think we put some RCS on here. I think we put RCS. We could just put in... I wonder, can we put these on here somewhere? Can I turn them over? Oh, look at that, that's cool. There we go. So that's our RCS fuel. That's our RCS fuel. There's no lights on this particular ship. It is going to have Oh, I put its batteries right over the top of its ladder. I wonder if that's a problem. I suppose they can fly around it. That should be alright. So, this little lander can. It's got fuel for landing. Not a lot, but it's got fuel. It's got legs, which definitely do make it bigger than the floor, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So that's fine. It's got legs, right? It's got it's got that, it's got that. If everything goes wrong, we can always launch a rescue mission, couldn't we? He's got power. This has got parachutes. This will separate from this. We've got the body of the thingy, what's it, doodah, the laboratory, which we could almost leave in orbit, you know. Do you know what I mean? We could almost be left in orbit as like a space station, because it's going to have, these are going to be connected, the power's all going to be connected. I think we might do that. I think what we'd have to do though, thinking about it, it's got its RCS. Actually, it holds all the RCS. Could this be a sort of, we need to put in, I know what we need to put on it though. We need to put on it a one of these type of things, a clampy doodah, what's it? Because what we're going to want to do, oh, can I have that now? That would look silly. What we want to do, if we put two of these on, like that. Does that work? Or should that be at the top? No, the top would be fine. By having those on, we could leave this in orbit around Kerbal, and that actually becomes, this stage becomes a de facto satellite, because I can then launch up, connect with this. We've got a floating laboratory in space. It's got power. It doesn't have a command module though. That would be a problem. And there are no, we don't have a probe body that I could use. If I had the round circle ones, I could do that. Because really you want something to control that once you come off it, yeah? So you would want a, I mean, you've got an RCS, an SAS unit. I mean, obviously when we dock with it, you would take over full control of everything. I suppose, yeah, you would take over full control of everything from the capsule that you'd leave, if you know what I mean, that you'd attach it with. So it sort of could stay up there. It can now. I mean, it's got these double, at least to start with. Or do we just burn it up in the atmosphere and let it crash to its fiery doom? We'll give it a go. I think we'll leave it on. We'll give it a go. I don't know how much this weighs. It's going to be a huge piece of chunk of stuff this is. Thrusters at the bottom. Yeah, that's fine. So it's got power, it's got LCS, it's got connection points, it's got the doors fine, it's got plenty of fuel, it's got fuel for the little lander doodah can. We just need to really get it off the ground, don't we? I think. And to do these things, let's have a sub-assembly. That's the Tri-Engineer Orbital Liver. This is the Muno launcher. So we're going to take our Muno launcher. Like so. Now this is a much bigger rocket than the other one. So what we also need to do is probably change this to our new super duper duper duper. This is our, what the hell was that called? The main cell. Yeah, liquid engine. Now, this may not have enough oomph to get us off the, it'll get us off the pad, but will it have enough oomph to get us into an orbit? These are the questions we have. Now, if it does get us into orbit and we have to use some of this fuel to get there, I'm not opposed to setting up a refuel mission, because we can dock with this, with the command module, and because we've now got docking ports all over it, so we could dock with it and put a little bit of fuel back into it. I haven't got a problem with that. I haven't got a problem with that at all. I wonder if I will turn you over. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Makes it a bit more compact. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, let's have a little scroll back and have a little look at this. So it's heavier than the last one because it's got all of this on it now. Heavier than last time, but it has a bigger engine, because the last engine we used was this one, which was a 650, and this is a 1500, so this is more than double the push. However, in order to meet this contract, which I would like to do, I need to test this at an altitude of 24 to 28 at 160 to 260, right? So I sort of need to get there first. Well, I'm going to do that with these rocket boosters as they are. I could double them up and put another set of rocket boosters on here to give it that extra push. Shall we do that? Let's take that. 6. Bit like that. Now we've just had a load more weight on as well, remember? Not quite so good. They've got separatrons on it. They should all be pointing in the right direction, which is good. But we have just increased our push. And these also have 300... No, not those ones. These ones here have 650 each. So hopefully that would more than have compensated. If I then move my mainsail to here, right? Mainsail to there. So can we get... The question is, can we get up to 24,700 meters at 160 to 260 on these alone? No idea. It'll be worth the test, I think. And then when we get up there, we'll have a go at this. So what are we going to call this? All right. Well, the last one was Muna 1, wasn't it? So this has to be SB Muna 2. Oops, UU. Muna 2. We're going to save this. Am I happy with this? No, not really. Let's just check all the staging on this because it could easily go wrong. This will all launch. We'll fire that engine. We're going to disconnect these and fire all these at once. That's fine. Then we're going to fire the main body and launch these ones. That's fine. Then this one will launch, which is fine. And then the only other brake, of course... where are these engines? Those are at the top there, so we'd ignore those. That one and the parachutes. These engines we put last because we're never going to fire these as part of this body unit. But this will fire, and then we can separate if we have to, and then land. How exciting. Save. How exciting. So we've got to try and get up to... I'd love to see if this even gets off the bloody ground. But we've got to get up to 24,700 meters. Shall we see if we can do it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Have I got everything on this lunar moon? If we get out all the way up to the moon and I've forgotten to put on something that is, you know, pretty critical, how frustrating is that going to be? Oh well, it happens. You forget things, don't you? It's a whopper. Now we have got a wobbly top, look. That worries me. How strong are this connection? Oh, I don't know. Right, SAS is on. We'll check the staging again. This is all going to fire at once. How fast this goes up in the air? Anybody's guess. May not go up at all. We're going to put our throttle to there, even though we're not using that. Actually, we'll put that to full, because when we do get to use this, we're going to need to. Open up a contract so we can see it. Good luck, guys. Good luck, good luck. And we'll try and have a go in, although, by the way, you won't die, because I will revert if I have to. So, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will you launch? Oh, it will. Slowly. But it's going up, and we're not using our main engine at all at the moment. This is all solid rocket. Nothing else. How exciting. Keep an eye out for these ticks. Oops. Because when we get the ticks, that's when we're going to actually have to fire the other bit. Are we going to get up to 20? I don't think we're going to get to that point, are we? Don't think we are at all. We should definitely get into orbit, though, because we're not using any fuel. 27. Ooh, it's going up. Actually, I'm quite impressed with this extra. I mean, we're not going to meet this contract. Not in a million years. Although I could run the test, couldn't I? Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. Although we're going to be going a bit fast. Look at the speed, though. We're not too bad. Almost at 200. Still in the thicker part, which is fine, actually. To be over already at halfway through the thicker part of the atmosphere. We haven't even launched an engine. And we're already at 300, so we're going to be going too fast to be able to do this. But I don't care. And... oh, and I've lost my engine. Well, that serves me right. Let's revert the flight then. That would have worked quite nicely, though. Let's go and have a look at this engine, because what we've done there is we nicked it. I don't know why we nicked it. We shouldn't have done, really. Oh, I suppose it might be a bit close, but I don't really want to put the other... I don't want to put the other ones on. I wonder if we need to put double bubble of these on. But lower down, do you know what I mean? To push off. Double bubble, so we're going to come down at this height as well, because what we want to do is this has to push everything off at the same moment. And what we want to try and do is push out our rocket boosters away from our engine. It's a bit high, let's put that a bit lower. Get it lined up as much best we can anyway. Okay, where do we put these? These are in here. They're all going to fire at once. Now this might mean that the top gets knocked into our rocket, do you know what I mean? Because this is going to be pushing out faster than this. I might double up the top ones as well. So if I take these ones and put them there, and if I double up these ones and get them the right way around, which is a good start, and put them there, yeah, not bad. So we've now got loads of Separatrons to try and knock them away so they don't hit into this engine. Nothing is touching this engine, so I was a little surprised it did that. But we learn. This is what happens. We know the staging works, but we definitely get off the ground with them though. Quite impressed at that. We won't be able to do the mission unless we slow down, I suppose. But let's see why we would do that. Okay, SAS is on. We'll get that ready to go. Let's try again. See, nothing is touching whatsoever. Nothing is touching the middle of our engine here. That is all on its own. Let's see if these extra Separatrons help by pushing this apart. So good speed through the atmosphere. It's quite a compact little rocket in terms of its sort of aerodynamic. It's not like a giant brick. Although again, you'd have these in fairings. But I might have to get the fairings mod, but you'd put these in fairings. Is how you would do those normally. I wonder if I need to bring down that to half, maybe? I'll soon find out. So, same again as last time, exactly the same sort of speed we're going through. Pretty good. 250, really are picking up the old speed. See, I don't get that. Why would that blow up? I mean, it's silly, isn't it? Why would that blow up? It must be the Separatrons blowing it up, but it's a bit ridiculous because we've used Separatrons on loads of them. Vehicle assembly. So is there just what, too many? So the Separatrons blew up the whole of this, even though these are just little teeny tiny rockets that are designed to push these backwards. I don't really understand why, if being honest. So because the first time, if we take these off again, the first time we did these, we lost the engine. We didn't lose the fuel tanks, we just lost the engine. Now I've taken off the bottom ones and made this one's lower. Shall we see if that works? Save, launch. Because I've taken off the ones that were originally there, because they were slightly higher up, so maybe they weren't giving enough push off from the main sail engine. But I'll have another little test. We'll have a little go. This is what it's all about. And then what I'll do is if it keeps happening, I think we'll have a go off camera and see how we get on. That's our go. So how much have we got here? 6, 12, 18, 24. So there's about twice as much push from these rocket boosters, solid rocket boosters, as will be from here. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 1500. Yeah, okay. So there's more than double. That's fine, because we'll be in a thinner part of the atmosphere. That's what we're aiming for. So we should be okay once these fall away. It's just making the things fall off that seems to be a problem. Nicely, 160 meters per second. These guys are all fine. Yeah, I wish I had the fairings thing. The fairings do look cool. I love it when they separate when you get out into the old Atmos. So here we go. Let's try again. Let's see what happens this time. Again. So we blow up our own engine with those Separatrons being that high. So we need to move them up then maybe. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. So these Separatrons we got to move up, because what I'm assuming is they're blowing this engine up, is what appears to be happening. I don't think I agree with that necessarily, but that's what seems to be happening. But the other ones were up here, and that blew them up as well. Let's have a look here. Actually, let's undo both of those things. Let's get our 6. But if I take you there, and I move you up. See, that's where we had the original ones, though, wasn't it? Maybe if I put them higher in the middle, like so. How's that looking? Ooh, a little low. A little low. A little higher. That's about right. So, oh, I definitely want these to fall. I wonder. Okay, well, let's cheat. Not cheat, but let's try and use a bit of science. I want these to fall backwards quickly, very quickly. So I'm going to put on here, at these points here, this extra Separatron, because what I want these to do, if you like, is to push this. Whilst they're going outwards, I want them to also push it downwards, so that they're also being pushed away from the rocket. It's worth a go. Let's give it a go. Save it, put it on, let's do it. Other than that, unless I go to putting some protection around the bottom engine maybe, which seems a bit unnecessary. Off we go. So let's have a little look, see here. Oh, very good, very good. Not quite centre, which is a shame, but that shouldn't make a blind really much difference. It might start them spinning, I suppose. Don't know, we shall see. Up it goes. Speed up a little bit. That does make you go off centre. Look at the wobble. I mean, it shouldn't get wobble like that. Sort yourself out. And start the other engine. Yeah. Oh. See, I do think that's a bit strange, because now that engine hasn't blown up, but the fuel tank has. These are only Separatrons. Do you know what I mean? They're only Separatrons. Oh well. I think we'll have to call this an episode now. We've done quite a lot on this. I'll have a little test off camera. I won't do the actual launch. I'll let you still see all of that. But what I'll do is I'll go away and do some tests and some playing around with some of these. I don't know what's wrong with it. It makes no sense, because in essence we're losing this bottom tank. Now either this is like collapsing into it, which, you know, seems a bit strange, or there's something wrong. I could potentially put them on these type of decouplers, which make them stand out a bit more, but that's a bit wobbly. Do you know what I mean? But we can do that too. So I'll have a play off camera and see how we get on. Just launched a new Let's Play series for SimCity, so if you haven't seen that, go and have a look at the channel and go and have a look at that. That should be good fun. More Minecraft coming up, obviously some more KSP to come. You take care of yourselves now. Until next time, I'll see you around.